Hello, and thank you for joining us for a special interview with Injinji pro athlete Tara Dower. If you don't know Tara, she is a professional ultra runner who last year set the fastest known time on the Appalachian Trail, along with so many kind of recent highlights in her racing and ultra running career. She had a fourth place finish at the Hard Rock last summer, as well as podium finishes at both the Lake Sonoma 50 miler and the Black Canyon 100K this year. So thank you, Tara, for being here. You are such an inspiration to many, including myself, and I'm super excited to chat with you today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So this interview is going to be focused around your upcoming adventure on the Long Trail. But before we get started, I just wanted to remind to last year, you set the FKT on the Appalachian Trail, running the entire trail, which is 2,198 miles in 40 days, 18 hours, and 6 minutes, which averaged over 50 miles a day, which is insane. So can you talk about what it's like to do something like that no one has ever done before?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting feeling because I've never found myself in this place before. So this is definitely a new feeling. Um, yeah, it's definitely bizarre to be like the only one that has you know
Yeah.
has the fastest time on the trail. I would say
Yeah.
very bizarre, but I don't know. It definitely opens up a lot of doors too. Like as far as like self-doubt in my athletic abilities goes, I've been able to like trust in those athletic abilities a lot more. And I mean, that's a very like prominent change.
Yeah.
Going into Black Canyon, I feel like I was able to like push a little harder and trust that my body knows what to do and how to run fast. I think it's just made me a more confident athlete.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you're going after another FKT this summer, so it definitely seems like something that completing the AT gave you a lot of confidence to do. So in a few weeks, you are going after the FKT on the Long Trail. And for anyone unfamiliar with it, it is a 272-mile route in Vermont and the oldest long distance hiking trail in the US, which also shares about 100 miles with the AT. So can you share about your inspiration or kind of what drew you to the Long Trail for this year?
Yeah, of course. Let me just, sorry, I gotta, my
Totally
phone,
okay.
it's hot here in Vermont. I'm currently in Vermont right now, and it's a little toasty. My phone just told me it was a little hot. So I had to close some apps on my
Yeah.
phone. Could you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. If you just want to talk about what drew you to the Long Trail
Oh,
this year for the FKT attempt.
yeah, I mean, I've always been intrigued by Vermont in general and like doing, those 100 miles on the Appalachian Trail, um, on the Long Trail. They were really great miles. I love the state of Vermont. It's beautiful here. It's still like wild. It feels like very wild. It's very rugged, which I think used to be my strength is like these rugged, rough terrain, but I've definitely
Mhm.
leaned in a little more to like speed. And so
Mhm.
like I'm kind of wanting to like go back to where, I fell in love with ultra running through those like mountain rugged races. And so this is just kind of like a entrance back into that. And I think the Long Trail is just like you said, it was like the longest or its oldest like long distance hiking trail. I think
Mhm.
like the history there really intrigues me as well.
Yeah.
And that would also finish up my Princess Triple Crown. Princess Triple Crown is the JMT, the Colorado Trail, and then the Long Trail. And so essentially that is like in my opinion, the best parts of PCT, CDT, and the Appalachian Trail are these like Princess Triple Crowns.
Mhm.
So that'll finish it up.
Yeah, that would be so exciting. And so you mentioned you're in Vermont now, obviously, before the Long Trail, and you live in Colorado, which is such a beautiful place for trail running, for ultra running. How would you describe the difference in terrain versus running in Colorado or somewhere like Vermont?
Yeah. The terrain here is wild. I just got off I got out of the Adirondacks but 10 minutes ago, before starting this interview, and it's, it does have some smooth, nice trail, but then like the Adirondacks, the Long Trail, they are just like, there are areas where it's just like, it's slow moving, it's
Yeah.
hard miles, it's rugged, it's rocky, and you're really on the entire time. Like mentally, you have to be paying attention to the trail. There's no mile, like very few miles, from what I've seen on the Long Trail, where you can just like kind of zone out and like
Yeah.
flow. It's a very mentally taxing, physically taxing trail, in my
Mhm.
opinion. And obviously, I haven't done the entire thing yet, so I might have a different thought on that. But compared to Colorado, in general, but specifically Colorado Trail, I would say like Long Trail is a lot more rugged. The miles are a lot more rewarding. So the views are, they might not be as spectacular as these Colorado views on top of like 14ers, but when you get to
Yeah.
the top of this really rugged climb, you see the view, and it's extraordinary, and you feel pretty proud of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. And I've seen photos like last summer from the AT, so I'm sure it'll be another beautiful adventure. Has your training, at least specific to the Long Trail, been different from how you were preparing for the Appalachian Trail last summer?
Yeah. Before the Appalachian Trail, I was training for Hard Rock 100, which is a really rugged, tough race in Colorado. Goes up.
Mhm.
I mean, as many people know, it runs at an average of 10 or 11,000 feet,
That's
and gets
crazy.
up to 14,000 feet. The trail is rocky, but it's not as rocky here. But I was training in preparation for Hard Rock. I was training in Colorado and doing a lot of like long days, a lot of climbing.
Hmm.
And so I thought that would translate really well once I got to the AT. I started a month after I finished Hard Rock, so I thought that would translate really well, especially with all that stimulus of being up so high. I thought that would translate really well, and it did. As far as training for this goes, I was training a lot for Western states, which didn't go my way. I got a lot sick.
Hmm.
And so I've been doing a lot of speedy stuff, and I'm very, very fast. So since I've been here in Vermont, I've been trying to get on the trails a lot more. I've only been here less than a week, so I've been trying to do a lot of climbing, a lot of really
Hmm.
rugged trail. I did the other day, I did 23 miles, starting below Mansfield, and like did 23 miles going south on the trail, and that was
Hmm.
great. So good, so like so fulfilling. And then yesterday I did 22 miles going in the Adirondacks, and that was pretty rugged. And then today I did like 12. Um, and it's just like trying to get those climbing legs under me. I know I'm very fast, and I know I can make up time on those like runnable trails. But the Long Trail is not a majority running
Yeah.
trail, so I've got to get used
Yeah.
to my climbing. So I've been training a lot of climbing.
Yeah. So looking at the Long Trail compared to the AT, you completed the AT in 40 days and some change, but are trying to do the Long Trail in faster than 3 days, 21 hours, and 9 minutes. So is there some type of, or can you describe kind of how the strategy shifts between more of a long haul, multiple week effort like the AT versus something like the Long Trail that you're going after?
Yeah, it's a very different strategy going for Long Trail and going for the Appalachian Trail. Um, with the Appalachian Trail, the way I put it simply is that you're trying to like keep the wheels on the bus as long as you can, and
Yeah.
then at the very end, you gotta blow it out of the water. So you're trying to like, you're sitting on that cusp of like doing a lot of miles, but you're still
Mhm.
trying to get enough sleep, trying to eat, trying to take care of yourself. Because the moment you don't take care of yourself, that's when things go downhill, for these
Mhm.
multi-week like Appalachian Trail FKTs. Um, so it's really just keeping the wheels on the bus as long as possible. For the Long Trail, it is a push the entire time. It's
Yeah.
272 miles, but I mean, you are it is basically a push from the beginning.
Mhm.
obviously you want to sustain yourself going over like the rugged terrain, in like the more northern parts. But other than that, you gotta be moving.
Yeah.
And sleep is a lot different. So on the AT, I try to stay to like a routine, 4 to 5 hours a night of
Mhm.
sleep. But on the Long Trail, I will just be sleeping whenever I need it, and hopefully that's not a lot. I don't want to
Yeah.
sleep a lot out there. I hope
Mhm.
to be awake enough where I'm just like moving efficiently. If I need to sleep, I'll take a nap right there in the dirt, or if I'm
Yeah.
at the van, I'll take a nap there. But um I'm going for the overall record, and I think I calculated it. If I keep up a 3 mile per hour pace the entire time without sleeping, I think it would be 3 days, 18 hours, which would be being the record by 3 hours. So hopefully I move faster in some sections, um, and hopefully I don't need to sleep a lot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I only knew about the phrase dirt nap until I got into the ultra running and trail running scene, and just thinking about not sleeping for that number of days. I mean, we commend you so hard because that's something like this is so difficult. So we're super excited to kind of watch you along there. And we saw the other day, or I guess over the past few months, that you've been putting out a call on Instagram for pacers for the long trail. What makes a great crew for something like this? And is there something specific that you're looking for in a pacer for something like this?
Yeah, it's a little different for Long Trail compared to AT. It's a little more strategic. Um, I think I'm still employing some experimentation in this Long Trail effort,
Hmm.
but as far as crew goes, it's going to be the same players. It has to be people I trust that have been with me, who know, my
Yeah.
triggers, knows like what a grunt means, or
Hmm.
how to like take care of me when I can't take care of myself.
Yeah.
And luckily I have Rascal, who was my crew chief on the Appalachian Trail, coming back, and somebody like her, somebody who knows me, who cares. We also have Amy Good coming back out. She helped with nutrition. um, and for a pacer, I think that's going to be a really important job. Like before on the Appalachian Trail, it was like anyone can come out. That's great, and
Hmm.
that's what I'm hoping for. I hope anyone comes out. But each section we have somebody we know,
Okay.
pacing, so anybody can come out and pace. But
Hmm.
we have somebody we know who has a track record of pacing me. Again, knows how much I eat. What
Hmm.
certain things mean. Um, they know my temperament,
Yeah.
especially during these kinds of
Yeah.
things. And so for anyone who wants to pace, like, you're welcome to come out. Just know that like there's going to be a pacer out there that's going to be doing like most of that heavy lifting.
Yeah.
But yeah, pacer is really somebody who, especially in the northern sections where I'll be moving a lot faster, somebody
Hmm.
who can keep up, who can carry all of my gear and their own gear, my
Yeah.
food, my water. They know, they keep record, or they keep track of when I need to drink and eat. I probably will, drink more like every 5 minutes. I'm
Hmm.
hoping every 5 minutes, but eating is pretty important as well. So like keeping track every 20 minutes, at least eating something. Somebody who knows that if I'm not talking, that means I'm fine. I just don't like talking during these things. I love to
Yeah.
listen. So I'll ask a lot of questions, and I just love to listen.
Hmm.
So if you are coming out to pace, a great pacer is somebody who has a lot of salacious stories,
Yeah.
maybe some gossip stories. I'm a big love Normal Gossip, the podcast.
Yeah.
I am really into the not the unsolicited. I'm into the low stakes
Yeah.
gossip and low stakes drama. So if you have any of that, you would make a great pacer.
Yeah, and so you mentioned someone reminding you to drink water and eat, which on something like this is incredibly important. Will you personally just kind of forget or not think about it when you're doing efforts like this?
Yeah, it's not that I'll forget. It's just more mental power, more
Yeah.
mental energy. I don't want to spend, you know, I truly believe, just evidence is the FKT and the Appalachian Trail. If I have people doing everything for me besides as long as I'm self-propelled, like I truly believe that's the way to do it, and just let everyone take care of everything. So having somebody who knows when I need to eat and drink is going to be really important. It's just more mental energy that I don't need to be spending.
Yeah.
I know it's like, I mean, I truly lean into the fact that these supported FKTs are team FKTs. Like, I don't think, I think if you're not able to lean fully into that supported style FKT, like not based on means, but if like you just choose not to use it to its full degree, that supported FKT, but you're able to, I think you're limiting yourself. Of course, you know, I know where people come from when they're not able to do that,
Yeah.
you know, financially, or they don't have people that can like take off, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a weekend for an FKT. Like, I totally understand that. But if you're able to and you're not taking advantage of that full supported FKT, I think you're really limiting yourself, because supported FKTs, that you can have people mule stuff. You don't need to carry anything as long as you're completely self-propelled.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
hope your team brings tons of gossip and keeps
Yeah.
you moving for those 3 days. I had a couple questions just around ultra running in general and mental toughness. Do you have any mantras or quotes that you like to think about when you are really deep in the pain cave and you just want to finish whatever race or effort you're doing?
Yeah, I think something that helps, that is really helpful when I'm in the pain cave, is like, this is what we came for. Like, we're doing it. You're doing it. Like, you train for hours and hours and hours a week and months leading up to an effort or a race, and you're there and you're doing it, and nobody ever said it was going to be easy. So
Mhm.
let's just like, let's put our let's buck up and let's
Yeah.
just get it done. And I think it's motivating when um when I just remember, like, this is like the hard part. This is why we're
Mhm.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's you kind of just have to think about why you're doing it and more that you get to do something like that, which is super exciting, and that just that your body can do that for you. Is there anything that you wish people knew about ultra running that maybe is a misconception or just really any words of wisdom?
Yeah, I think something I think about often. I mean, I've gotten this last weekend. I've gotten it on several other occasions, so it's like top of mind. But there's people that come up to me and say, like, like, this is dangerous, and this is also not great for your body. And what I say to that is, yeah, maybe, but also, like, everyone has their thing. Like, some people enjoy to go out and, drink with friends, and, a lot of people said, like, drinking like that is not great for your body. Some people like fast food, and, that's not great for your body. Or skydiving, or
Yeah.
jumping off a bridge and, diving into, whatever waters below.
Mhm.
Like, there's things that we all enjoy that give us a lot of life, that we shouldn't shy away from because it's either bad for us, or because um, maybe it's not accepted. I think if it gives you happiness and it's not
Yeah.
hurting anyone else, and you find a lot of joy from the experience, I don't think that's it should be like, people should like degrade it in any way. If it makes you
Yeah.
happy, doesn't hurt anyone, do it.
Yeah. And I think trail runners in particular, I mean, you can come back from an 100-mile run and have some stranger say, "Oh, you ran 100 miles." Like, it's not your cup of tea, but it is mine. So kind
Yeah.
of to each their own. Um, and the last woman to actually set the FKT on the Long Trail was Courtney Campbell in 1998. So I guess just what would it mean to you if 2025, your name was the new FKT for the Long Trail?
Oh, I think it might be Alyssa Godesky
Okay.
for a supported FKT, and I'm not sure when that was, but it was a while ago.
Hmm.
And then Will Peterson, I'm going for the overall FKT. Will Peterson said
Okay.
it last year. And if I did have my name on there in any capacity, I think it would be an honor, because it's such a historic trail.
Yeah.
Um and maybe like 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line, if my FKT is still holding, like there's gonna be an interview just like this, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be talking about the effort. And I hope
Mhm.
that, it just propels women to keep pushing the limits. I think my big goal for after the FKT, after I proved to myself that I could set this overall FKT, I think a big goal of mine has been to inspire women to go for that tough goal, no matter what, if it's in life or running. But specifically lately, it's been like, I know women can hold overall FKTs. Our
Mm.
bodies were meant for this. Like these long trails, like over 200 miles. I truly believe we can hold the overall FKTs, and I'm hoping more women can go out there and just try. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to try. You never know if you don't try.
Yeah. And I think we heard you say that kind of after the AT last year, just knowing that you went out there and did that and you want other women to also do the same thing or to try, it really just it speaks so much to that. How can we follow along your progress during the long trail? I know you have an Instagram account. Will
hmm
you guys be posting, or will your crew be posting updates when you are out there?
Yeah, so I'll have a tracker, and I can share it with you, and you can share it with
Yeah.
the audience. Um, I'll have a tracker that will be public, so people can follow along in real time. And I will have, I'm sure Rascal or Amy will be posting on our Chump Change. I think it's called Chump Change FKT Instagram.
Okay.
So that's like a specific Instagram for like these FKT attempts. Because I just to reiterate this off topic, but like it is a team effort. Our team is called Chump Change, and I lean into that heavily. And I think, posting on my own is great, but it's also a team effort, and that's like our little team FKT page, which I think is so fun. Everyone kind of has a hand in it.
Yeah. And speaking of chump change, we see that you are known as Candy Mama on social media and maybe in kind of everyday life, but can you just talk about where that name came from? I know trail runners often have stories or funny context of where they get their name, so we were just curious on that.
Yeah, so in 2019, when I thru hiked the Appalachian Trail, it took me 5 months and 10 days, but in that process, like, you acquire a trail name, a nickname, with the people you meet out there. And I ate a lot of candy, and I also mommed everyone. And that momming everyone came from a place of anxiety, which has been gotten a lot better at this point. Like, do whatever you want. I'm not gonna worry if you ate or drank enough. Like, that's not my place. I've definitely matured in that way. But as far as the candy goes, I ate so much that I had 6 cavities by the end of the FKT. I went to the dentist, like, I think it was like a couple weeks or a month later, and they're like, "Yeah, your teeth are jacked up. You need to get this fixed."
That's so funny. I've
Yeah.
heard Nerds gummy clusters are a very popular trail candy snack.
I just ate an entire bag the last day and a half on the trail, so I will have to agree
Yeah.
with that one.
I know Costco has that big family size bag of them, which would be pretty popular if you were handing those out on the trail.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah. Before I let you go, I just have a few kind of rapid fire questions for you. So just first thing that comes to mind, no need to really think that long on these. The favorite place you've ever run in your life?
Hmm, man.
I know that might be pretty
Definitely,
hard to pick.
definitely. There's so many beautiful places I've run, but like I just find so much joy from the Virginia section on the Appalachian Trail.
Mhm.
Sweeping fields, it's gorgeous, it's diverse, great people, great community. So
Mhm.
definitely
Yeah.
Virginia AT.
Okay. What is your dream vacation destination?
Oh, that's a great question too. I would love to do like the TMD route. Sorry, TMB route. I always get that wrong. So
Yeah.
like UTMB, but like
Yeah.
just do like hut to hut and
Hmm.
enjoy like the run, stop at huts,
Yeah.
enjoy the entire process, camp along the way if I
Hmm.
want to. TMB for sure.
What a beautiful place to do that too. The pictures and scenery look unreal.
Oh yeah, I would I would do that in a heartbeat.
What is your favorite breakfast cereal that you ate as a kid?
Lucky Charms.
That's a good one. I've seen Lucky Charms in Rice Krispies. So like instead of the Rice Krispies, the Lucky Charms, which those look
Oh yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
And last one, what is a book that you will always recommend to a friend?
Oh, great question. Hmm. That's a great question.
Or if it can be favorite book or a really powerful book.
Yeah, there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones. I mean, the first one that comes to mind, I don't know if this is my answer, but for some reason this sticks in my head. I really liked it. No, now one different. I'm gonna say two. So the first
Okay.
one that came to mind was To Shake the Sleeping Self.
Okay.
That's just a story about a guy who biked um from I think it was Oregon down to Argentina.
Wow.
It's a really good book. And then I really enjoy Into the Wild. That's a good
Hmm.
story. Also a adventure tale. You can kind of tell by my book choice. I really like adventure tales.
Yeah, Into the Wild is a great one. I haven't read the other one you suggested, but I will add it to the list.
Mm, yeah, for sure.
Well, that is all I have for today. Again, just thank you for joining me and sitting down to chat about the Long Trail and everything coming up.
Yeah, of
Wishing
course.
you really the best of luck in a few weeks. And Injinji is so excited to follow along and just wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sophia.